They have to leave. And Madsen coming on.
Well, take a look at Lauderdale here. That's why Gas is first calling for Penny Harrison. A bit of a nickel dimer.
So you're recording?
But a foul nonetheless.
The imprinting response of ducklings and goslings is an inbuilt tendency to be close to a mother figure. They become attached during a brief sensitive period, and Lorentz showed that they could form a bond with any kind of mother figure. Bowlby applied some of these observations to the bonds between human adults and their young. Could there be similar pre-programmed patterns of behavior?
A continuous relationship, a mother and child in which both find happiness and satisfaction, promotes mental health.
But attachment theory, as it has come to be known, raises many questions. What kinds of attachment are there? How can we identify them? Do these different kinds of attachment affect later childhood or even adult life? If they go wrong, can they be put right?
You know, I was born with a mother and a father, but I wasn't raised by a mother and father.
This isn't me. I don't have home movies from when I was little. In fact, I had to ask friends to look through their old stuff to see if I happen to be in anything they might have. See? There I am. This is my best friend, Melanie.
This is Jennifer's present that she gave to me.
We were like sisters. Her parents treated me like I was one of their own. So many times I wished her mom was my mom. There was only one problem. She wasn't my mom. Neither is she. She isn't even related to me, but for a while, she was my foster mom. She is related, and she's the closest thing to a mother I ever had, and she never had. It shouldn't be up to my big sister to make sure I was okay. I mean, she was only 12 when I was born, but she did anyway.
Obviously, she was very violent and abusive to Dad.
Mm-hmm.
She was very abusive to me. I justified it by saying, well, okay, you can do this to me, but I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt I would not let it happen to you, Katie, or Andy. It just wasn't an option.
And then it did?
That's exactly. You got, I don't even remember how many stitches and a lifelong scar. I mean, it's a lot better now, but it was really traumatic.
His findings emphasize the long-term importance of the early relationship between mother and child.
About 60% of mothers do a very good job. So the majority of women have a good model to follow. And there's an awful lot to be said for that.
Wait, so you're saying that 40% of mothers don't do a good job?
I am.
And what does that mean?
Well, it means a lot of mental ill health and disturbance and delinquency and what have you.
No offense, Dr. Bowlby, but what does that mean? Am I doomed because I don't have a mother? For someone who had nothing to do with my bringing up, she sure has had a lot to do with my life.
So it's almost like my fate is dictated by a woman who didn't care about anyone. And I can feel and I can see and I know that I am not like that. But it doesn't mean I can escape it. Why do you think it's such a bad idea for me to go find her?
You lived your life in spite of the bad, and you owe her nothing, and I'm afraid that she would put you in the position, you're vulnerable. I'm afraid you'll be vulnerable to it, Jenny, and open yourself up to get hurt by her. And that was my mission in life, is to not let her hurt you. I lived my life. I wasn't a kid. I didn't do the dating and, I wasn't a kid because I was trying to protect you guys. And so I'm afraid that if you go whatever 2,000 miles away and find her, and me have no control over whether she hurts you or not. I can't protect you from here. This journey you're on could affect you emotionally, and I want to be there to help you and protect you. But I'm going to support you either way, and I'm going to help you any way I can, but I'm afraid. I'm scared. I'm worried about it. I don't know who she is.
I don't know who she is either, so I have to find her.
This is Flight 838 with service to Chicago.
I flew to Chicago to meet with my best friend Corey. He is one person I can trust to always get good footage and give good hugs when I need them. Together we drove 7 hours to my recently discovered cousin's house in Galloway, Ohio. They kept us, fed us, and led us and our cameras to my unexpected mother.
Sorry, guys. Chance, come on.
Hi.
Come on.
Your mom's working tomorrow.
Okay. She works at a bar.
6
Really?
to 6. 6 to 6.
Okay.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So,
She'll be busy all day.
the best time to
Yeah, that's what I said.
is in the morning at the bar. Okay.
My cousins gently hinted that my mom is still an alcoholic.
Because if you go in the afternoon at the bar, it might not be as good.
Like, part of me, it's like, I wonder if I walked by her, if she'd even know who I was.
Oh, yes, she would.
By my looks?
Yes.
The youngest, and if I have a picture from when I was born, and I was in like a paper cloth, and then the next picture, I was 9.
We stayed up until sunrise, just getting to know each other and talking about our families. Our reunion lasted longer than my cameraman.
Oh my gosh, listen, there's birds.
Huh. So we're gonna go see your mom right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How you feeling?
Weird. I don't know. I feel like I'm on a blind date, like that kind of feeling, like, is it gonna be okay, or whatever.
I can't believe this is happening.
So we're at Lucky's Bar, and I guess my mom works here, so they serve beer at 6 a.m. And I'm just gonna go in and order a drink, see what happens.
I decided I was going to record too, because that camera could shield me from anything I might be afraid of.
You ready?
Yeah, you ready?
Alright, don't stumble like that.
Well, what am I... Ready?
I don't want to do it. This is weird. I don't want to do it. Fuck. Okay.
Shit. Alright.
No, honey. Okay. What do you want?
Do you have Coke? Yeah. Regular Coke?
We sat there for 15 minutes. I just avoided eye contact.
His findings emphasize the long-term importance of the early relationship between mother and child.
Actually, can I find without orange juice? I mean, without ice.
I was so nervous.
Yeah, no ice, please. Okay.
I was so scared.
It's called me Honey. That was cute.
Then my cousin came to the rescue.
Evan Turner.
And Madsen coming on.
I'll take a look at Lauderdale here. That's why Gas is first calling for the ball. This time to clear out Danny Harris. And a bit of a nickel timer.
So you're recording?
But a foul nonetheless.
Surprise.
You two said you got made, didn't ya?
Yeah.
And another whistle. The first half, the crew did a very good job of letting this play, letting the flow develop.
Hello. I'm your daughter.
I know that.
Okay.
So what are you doing? UF?
UCF.
We sat at Lucky's bar for hours, saying everything but what really mattered. I wanted to ask why, but I couldn't. We were both just too afraid.
His wife had come over, had sent one of the kids over to see if I had any flour, and I didn't. And
from what I understand, there was a cast iron skillet, and instead of talking or even yelling, at that point would have been fine, she chose to pick up the skillet and throw it. Well, you were standing right there, and you caught it with your cheek, and it split your whole cheek wide open.
You have no fear of dogs, do you?
Yeah. Fear of Pan.
Huh?
Is it a fear of Pan? Big baby.
That was an accident. I did not mean for that to happen.
Yeah.
I did.
I know. Bye.
all right, sweetie, I'll get those pictures for you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we just saw your mom. Were you nervous while talking to her?
I was. Every time she said honey, I wanted to throw something.
Me too.
Like, it was so awkward. I don't know, I'm not mad. Like, I'm a little aggravated, but I'm not mad at her.
Yeah.
I know she's not all there.
Hello?
When I was face to face with her, she didn't speak about anything serious. She wanted to know how I was and what I was doing, and she kind of pretended that she knew and that I was a part of her life. And for a few hours, I was her daughter. But on my last day there, she called. How am I supposed to hate? I don't even know you. Well, it shouldn't make you sad. I was a baby. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate you not having an abortion. Tell me these things that we don't know. You know what I don't know? I don't know how tall you are or when your birthday is. I don't know where you were from the time I was like 5 till 3 weeks ago. That's not being a mother. There's more to being a mother than giving birth to a child.
Mental ill health and disturbance and delinquency and what have you.
If they go wrong, can they be put right?
I've made a lot of mistakes and I've hurt a lot of people. But I carry that with me every day and I feel bad about it. And when I looked at her and she looked back at me, I don't even think she realizes how many times I've cried. When I was a little girl, not understanding why I had no one to write a Mother's Day card to, But she shows no remorse. There was just an emptiness. She didn't even feel it. And that's how I know I'm very different. I'm not like her.